Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Well, like Mike did and Jennifer did, let me just give a touch of background. I watched the marketing spending and marketing organizational issues. And we asked this question in our research recently, and it led us to a very surprising conclusion. For one thing, sales is no longer the third rail. It's not untouchable anymore. For another, companies are not making most of this savings fall to the bottom line. They're reinvesting it to support future growth. So the question really is, what portion of this decrease is caused by automation that's replacing humans, that's happening in every industry? What portion is caused by changing buying behavior? And what portion is caused by changing offerings with digital business, in the same way that you talk about the blockbuster video effect, where things have gone online. So that's what we'll be researching. Let's look at the facts here. We have some results, and probably the more uncontentious one is that the customer buying behavior has changed. Pre-sales customers want to research product online and services. They want to read peer reviews and ratings. They want to compare features and prices on websites. And they discuss options on social networking sites. That's completely different than it used to be. And it goes across both B2C and B2B. So the next thing is that buyers are further down the buying cycle before they touch a salesperson, if at all. Post-sales, what the buyers are looking for is they expect companies to engage with them online in a two-way dialogue, not the old push stuff, but a two-way dialogue. And so when we found that marketers are spending almost as much on retention as they are on acquisition, that just validated that conclusion that we'd come to. The next one is a preview of our digital marketing spending survey results, which will be published in January. And we asked a question about how companies are funding digital marketing. And 22% on average said they've reduced the sales budget to fund digital marketing because marketing activities have changed the buyer's path to purchase. And whether that's a chicken and egg thing or not, the fact is that that's actually what happened. And as you see by the little graphic here, the more senior the executive who responded, the higher the percentage who said, true, this is what's happening. The industries who came in much higher than the average were manufacturing, media, and retail. The ones who came in lower were financial services, healthcare, and high tech. So what does this mean to you? And I think it's interesting to think about the implications here. There's a lot of words, but let me just net it down to four things. Businesses have responded to changing customer behavior with better digital offerings, better marketing activities. They have put in place new processes and technologies, and they've increased their use of marketing analytics. And so what's happened here then is the multi-channel digital marketing activities and content have been increased, more compelling digital commerce customer experiences, and the lines are blurred between the digital and physical world. We think that means fewer human salespeople are required. There's a better opportunity than ever before to tap lower cost channels, and the need for data, better data, and analysis of that data will only go up. So let's see what you think. Before we go to the poll, let me just give you a couple of imagine ifs. Sales avatars are not new. IBM has been doing this for years now. The sales algorithms and artificial intelligence that's now in play when you as a consumer or you as a business buyer are online is getting much, much better. Two examples are voice recognition and natural language processing. Programmatic sales is when You set parameters for your computer to talk to the supplier's computer, and when the price gets to a certain point, or when your stock level gets to a certain point, a sale occurs, you buy, and there are no humans in it. But the more interesting one is that the hunter and farmer roles that sales have traditionally played are partly being replaced with that conversation that happens online, both between the company and the buyer, as well as between the extended ecosystem and the buyer. And social marketing is at the center of that. So lots to think about and look forward to, and figure out really what's driving what and what's responsible for more of the changes and how fast will it occur. And that's something we will be researching this year. Gartner did an excellent special report in 2013 on the future of sales and is going to do it again in 2014. So the poll question is, do you believe that CEOs will cut selling expenses due to digital marketing by a third? And I'm going to ask Maria to open it up and let you tell us whether you think this is going to occur, whether you're seeing it in your company yet, or whether it's not going to happen. And while you're voting, let me just tell you a quick story. Gartner has a client who is a pharmaceutical company, and we met with their management team a couple of months ago. And they're cutting, they have already for several years been cutting, but they're seriously cutting the physical sales reps that you see that go knock on doctors' offices' doors and try to get in and try to tell them about the latest drug or educational things, because the doctors in this age of electronic medicine just don't have time for that. And so that's one industry where you see significant cuts already. Others where you're seeing it are in media, travel, real estate, automotive, and of course retail. So let's see how the votes are coming in. 67. All right, less of you are certain about this, I think, and are voting, but we'll give it just another minute or two and then close it out and see what everybody thinks. Whether it's not going to happen, whether it's going to happen, there's an alternative here, it'll happen but not as much as this, or whether you're in it already. Okay, Maria, let's close this and take a look at the results. Okay, let me just view these results and we'll talk about these. Oh boy, 68% of you are living it already, and 32% of you believe it will not happen. That's a pretty strong endorsement for some amount of cuts in selling expenses. So I'm absolutely thrilled, and I'm just going to go ahead now and pass you over to our next presenter, who